In this video, we'll use the guided prompt creation tool to go through the steps of manually creating a Tracy prompt. And Tracy, of course, is task, role, audience, create, and intent. And those are the sort of the 5 parameters of a structured prompt. The AI assist will also do this, and it'll use the power of AI to build a Tracy prompt for you. This is more if you want to build one from scratch, and also it's just sort of helps familiarize you with the Tracy prompt format, and kind of logically takes you through the steps of building the prompt. So step 1 is an introduction. Let's get started. We start by naming our prompt. I'm just going to use the example. I'll just copy my first prompt. Actually, I'll just type it in. My first prompt is the name of our prompt. And the name, it can be anything. It's just for your reference. It doesn't affect the actual output. Okay, now we've got a name. Let's make it functional. So the first thing we'll do is start with a task. And again, I'll follow the example along. So our task in this case is write some brochure copy. The role is, I'll say, a professional copywriter. And then we can add some rules to the role. So each Tracy parameter can have rules attached to it. So the first rule for our copywriter is that they vary sentence length. Okay, the next rule, I'll use the plus sign here. We'll say uses age appropriate slang. Just pulling from our example. Next, so we've defined the task and the role, which is the first 2 letters of Tracy. Next, we want to define the audience. So our audience will be baby boomers. And we're assigning very specific rules to this audience just so that we can see how ChatGPT will respond to it. Because normally if you ask it to write advertising copy for baby boomers, it will it has its own idea of what that means, but we're telling it that baby boomers live in Santa Barbara, California, and they enjoy playing Yahtzee. So we're kind of throwing it a curveball here so that we can see how it responds to that. The create statement is what we would like ChatGPT to create for us. So we're going to say, write a 500-word summary with 3 slogans. And for our rule, we'll say tailor the copy to the audience. And our audience, of course, is baby boomers who like to play Yahtzee and live in Santa Barbara. Finally, our intent. The intent is sort of the overall mission of the prompt. So the mission of this prompt is to sell bubble gum. Okay, and the rules of our intent. The gum is sugar-free. And the gum is capable of bubbles up to 2 feet in diameter. So again, a couple of curveballs in there. We hit next. Okay, and then we've gathered all our information, so now we can finalize and continue. This gives us a summary, and this is kind of a basic version of our structured prompt. Here's the task, role, audience, create, and intent statements. I'll click continue. And at this point, it takes us to the tune and save your prompt screen. So here, this loads the new prompt as we've defined it in the advanced builder. If we want to, we can add rules, we can move things around. The individual prompt parameters are all drag and drop. So you have a lot of control over tuning the prompt at this point. We'll leave it as is for now. I'll hit submit to save it. And this takes me to the prompt screen. Here I can view the JSON that it generated for the prompt and also the YAML version, which is more of a simplified outline format. If I ever want to delete a prompt, I can do that from here as well. But in this case, I'd like to copy the JSON to clipboard. I'm going to head over to ChatGPT and paste in my prompt. And so this is going to create this ad copy designed to sell bubblegum to baby boomers. So it knows that they live in Santa Barbara, so it knows they like to play Yahtzee, so it tailored the copy to them. So this is just an example of how you can use a structured prompt sort of for maybe market segmentation if you want to address a specific audience or something like that. It really tailors the response more than just a straight prompt would. So that's pretty much it. At this point, your prompt is in the library. When you go to the main prompt screen, here's the My First Prompts prompt that we just created. I can edit it further if I want to, right from here. I can also duplicate it if I want to duplicate the prompt and modify the copy version. So this creates a new version called My First Prompt Copy. I can edit it. I can call it sell a Toyota Camry. And then scrolling down, I can use everything exactly as is. I'm going to write brochure copy, professional copywriter, targeted to the same group, 500 words and 3 slogans. Only my intent this time is to sell a Toyota Camry. I can just remove my rules. It'll know what a Camry is. And now I have a brand new prompt, and that intent is almost like, oops, I need to turn off rules. That intent is almost like the rudder on a ship. It's kind of controls the overall direction of the prompt. So just by modifying that intent, it'll take that large prompt and completely change the output, because now our mission for the prompt is to sell a Camry instead of bubblegum. And so now, introducing the new Toyota Camry, and it frames it within the context of baby boomers and Santa Barbara who like to play Yahtzee. So, it's pretty powerful. So the duplicate this prompt also is a nice feature. And again, that new prompt appears right on the prompt screen. And that is it for guided prompt creation.